This is the quiz review for 9195. If we are given the ratio of the sides of a triangle as 2, 6, and 7, and we're given the perimeter of 195, then we can find the sides of that triangle. So we're going to go ahead and take our ratio and set up our sides as 2x, 6x, 7x, and we're going to set that equal to 195. Combine like terms give us 15x is equal to 195. Divide by 15, divide by 15, x is going to equal 13. So now I can come over here and I can find out that one side is 26. The second side, 6 times 13, is 78. And if I wanted to know the longest side, I would do 7 times 13, which would give me 91. If I add up these three sides, they're going to equal 95. Find the scale factor going from B to A. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select a side from B, and I'm going to select a side from A because I'm going from B to A. So I'm going to look and notice that I've got some decimals here I could use, but I have two sides. I have the two shortest sides. So I'm going to go ahead and do 4 and 10, which simplifies to 2 and 5. So my scale factor is going to be 2/5, or it can be written 2/5. Now notice that if this said I was looking for my scale factor going from A to B, then my scale factor would be 5/2. Because remember, if I'm going from B to A, if I use the scale factor, I can figure out the missing sides of A. Also, if I set up each of these sides and reduce them, they all should reduce to 2/5. All right. Again, we have a scale factor here, and we're going to find the perimeter of the smaller triangle. So remember that if we're given similar triangles, their perimeters are also proportional. So we're going to go ahead and set up our proportion. Our scale factor is 5/6. And the perimeter of the second triangle is 42, but we don't know the perimeter of the first triangle. So we're going to set up our proportion. 5/6 is equal to x over 42. Go ahead and do my butterfly. So that's going to give me 6x is equal to 210. Divide by 6, x is equal to 35. So my perimeter of the smaller triangle is 35. All right, now we have two similar triangles. Hbn is similar to LHR, and we need to find x. So the first thing that we're going to do is look at our two sides, and I'm going to use HB. So I'm going to use HB, which is going to be 28. And the same corresponding parts would be LY, which is going to be 21. And then I'm going to use HN, which is going to be 30x minus 7. And that similar part would be LR, which is going to be x plus 11. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my rainbow. So I'm going to do 28x, 28 times 11 plus x is equal to 21 times 3x minus 7. I'm going to have 28x plus 11 times 28, which is 308, is equal to 63x minus 21 times 7, which is 147. Do symmetrical, 63x minus 147 is equal to 28x plus 308. 0 pair my 28x. 63 minus 28 is going to give me 35x minus 147 is equal to 308. 0 pair the 147, 147. 308 plus 147 is going to give us 35x is equal to 455. Divide by 35, divide by 35. And we're going to get x is equal to 13. Number 9. Okay, we're looking for FH. So we're going to go ahead and set up our proportion to find FH. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use GH, which is going to be x plus 8, and that would be over JH, which is going to be 32. And then I want to find FH, which is 4x minus 25, and that would be in the same location as KH, which is 52. So notice that I'm using the labels of the triangles to make sure that I have my corresponding parts, not just looking at the figure, but looking at how they've been labeled because they have to use corresponding parts to label. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do some rainbowing. So I'm going to rainbow this side first because I know my x is going to be larger. So it's going to be 32 times 4x minus 25 is equal to 52 times x plus 8. I'm going to have 128x minus 800 is equal to 52x plus 416. I'm going to 0 pair out my 52x. And that's going to give me 76x minus 800 is equal to 416. I'm going to 0 pair out my 800. And that's going to give me 76x is equal to 1216. Divide by 76, divide by 76, and x is going to equal 16. Now, it didn't ask for x, it asked for f of h. So I'm going to go back now, and f of h is 4x minus 25. So 4 times 16 minus 25, and we have 4 times 16, which is 64 minus 25, is going to give us FH, is equal to line segment FH is equal to 39. All right, now we're going to look at some triangles and determine whether they're similar or not. So I'm going to take a look at similar triangles. Here I have two parallel lines, which gives me some vertical lines that are vertical angles that are congruent. Also gives me vertical lines that are congruent, and then alternate interior angles that are congruent. If I have two sets of congruent angles, then they are similar, and they are similar by A. All right, 13. We're looking at the same thing here. We have a set of congruent angles, but we need to see if the sides are proportional. So we're going to go ahead and take the small side of the first and the small side of the second, and that reduces to 5/9 if you reduce by 4. And then we'll take the larger side of the first over the larger side of the second, and that reduces to 4/7. Because these scale factors are not identical, then no, it is not similar. All right, now we have three sides that we need to check to see if they are proportional. So we're going to go ahead and take our first side, smallest side 8 and 12/8. Our middle side, which is going to be 10/16. 10/16 simplifies to 5/8. And then we have 15/24, which also simplifies to 5/8. So then put your 8 over 12/8 into the calculator, and you'll find that that also simplifies to 5/8. So if we have all the same scale factors, then yes, it's similar, and it's similar by side, side, side. And now we've reviewed for the quiz.